I'm talking about season 9 of The X-Files, as well as the 2008 movie, The X-Files I Want to Believe. Warning, if you have not seen both those things, there will be spoilers from those in this video. You have been warned. Okay, so in season 9, here's what happens. Scully ends up having her baby. She names her child William. Mulder goes into hiding. Also, Doggett sadly drops the investigation on Kirsch. Scully has been taken off of the X-Files, but that's mainly due to the fact that she now has a child. Scully still works for the FBI. She's just teaching at the FBI Academy now. Scully still helps out on X-Files cases, but more so on the medical side of things. Reyes has been assigned to work on the X-Files with Doggett. We meet someone that is an assistant director, just like Skinner. His name is Brad Fulmer. Fulmer used to actually date Reyes, but it seems like Fulmer still has feelings for Reyes, but Reyes does not. It seems like William is not actually a normal child, because it seems like he's actually able to move things with his mind, because he's seen moving the mobile above his crib with his mind. We find out that Rohr is actually a super soldier, and that a substance was being added to the water supply in order to create more super soldiers. We find out that Kirsch is actually kind of trying to help Doggett, and also that Kirsch was the one who told Mulder to go into hiding. However, it was Scully that did convince Mulder to ultimately go into hiding. Scully is the only person that knows how to contact Mulder. Scully is contacted by a man who works for the NSA, and that man tells Scully that his child actually has like the same powers that William does. The NSA man tells Scully that another man from the NSA actually has a list of all the super soldiers' identities, but he will only give that list to Mulder. Scully contacts Mulder and tells Mulder to come out of hiding. Mulder is on a train heading into town. Scully is waiting on the train platform, and then all of a sudden the NSA man with the list pulls out a gun and starts walking towards Scully. Doggett shoots the NSA man with the list. The train just keeps on going and does not stop. It is now clear that the NSA man with the list might actually be a super soldier and is trying to kill Mulder. Doggett, Reyes, and Scully pursue the train, and then they find out a man jumped off near a rock quarry, so they go there. Scully is attacked by the NSA super soldier, then all of a sudden the NSA super soldier just kind of goes flying. It turns out that the rock quarry is actually mining magmite, and that apparently is a weakness for the super soldiers. The NSA super soldier is now dead. William is abducted by a UFO cult. The UFO cult believes that William will lead the colonists. Scully finds out that parts of the UFO that she was investigating way back in season 7 have actually resurfaced, but this time they are resurfacing in Alberta. She also learns that these UFO parts are actually able to heal people. Scully is healing someone in a hospital who's going to give her more information, and just as she's starting to heal this person, the man that is referred to as the Toothpick Man comes into the room and kicks Scully out of the room, and then the Toothpick Man kills the person that was going to give Scully more information. We find out that the Toothpick Man is actually a super soldier. The UFO cult leader brings William to where a UFO is buried in Alberta. William starts crying, and then the UFO takes off and lights the entire ground on fire, killing everyone that is there. Scully arrives just in time to see everything, and also sees that William is perfectly fine. Scully is now reunited again with William. The lone gunmen are looking into a biological air weapon that has been implanted in some humans. The lone gunmen are chasing down one of the people that has a biological air weapon implanted inside of them. However, they are too late. As they arrive, the person that has the biological air weapon inside of them is preparing to release it, and there's a very limited amount of time. Thinking fast, the lone gunmen lock themselves into a room with that person, and the biological air weapon is released, and in turn it kills the lone gunman. Sadly, the lone gunmen are now dead, but they did save all of humanity. A man with a super scarred face breaks into the X-Files, and he is caught, and he claims that his face is super scarred because people have captured him and have injected him with things in order to turn him into an alien. He claims that after the Syndicate was destroyed, that a new group of people formed, and that they are hidden within the government. Doggett thinks that the scarred man is actually Mulder, so they do a DNA test in order to confirm if this person is Mulder or not. The DNA test comes back, and it is confirmed that it matches Mulder's DNA. Scully refuses to believe it. Scully is right, because it actually isn't Mulder. It is Jeffrey Spender, and Jeffrey Spender is Mulder's half-brother, which is why their DNA matched. So with all of that being said, we already know that Jeffrey Spender's mother is Cassandra Spender, and that Jeffrey Spender's father is the Smoking Man. And the only logical conclusion we can come to is that the Smoking Man is actually Mulder's biological father. Like, what? Boom! Mind explosion. Jeffrey Spender reveals that the new conspiracy group was formed by the Smoking Man, and that in order to pursue one of their goals, they need William. Scully decides to give William up for adoption. Mulder breaks into a military base in order to get some documents that have details about the final colonization of Earth. And Mulder runs into Rohr, and then they fight, and then Mulder throws Rohr onto some high voltage wires. Mulder is arrested and is on trial in a military court for the murder of Rohr. Mulder is sentenced to death. Skinner, Doggett, Scully, and Reyes end up helping Mulder escape. Also, surprisingly, Suddenly, Kirsch ends up helping too. Mulder ends up going to some old ruins because apparently there is a wise man there who can actually help Mulder make sense of the documents that he stole from the military base. You'll never guess who the wise man is. It's the Smoking Man. Keep in mind that season 9 aired in 2002. The Smoking Man reveals to Mulder that the final colonization will happen on December 22nd, 2012, and that the Mayans knew that, and that's why they ended their calendar there. Roar shows up to kill everyone, but it turns out that the ruins are on top of Magmite, and Roar is destroyed by the Magmite. Some black helicopters show up and destroy the ruins completely. A rocket is seen blowing up the Smoking Man. Mulder escapes with Scully. Mulder and Scully agree that even though so many things have happened in their search for the truth, that their spirits will not be broken, and that they will keep on fighting no matter what. That is basically the end of season 9. Now it's time to talk about the 2008 movie, The X-Files I Want to Believe. Scully has left the FBI completely, and she is now a physician for a Catholic hospital. Mulder has been in hiding since season 9. The FBI actually has a manhunt looking for Mulder. Scully is approached by FBI agent Mosley Drummy and is told that if Mulder helps the FBI with an investigation about the disappearance of several women, including an FBI agent, that the FBI will end their manhunt for Mulder. Scully and Mulder are basically a couple. They live together and everything. Mulder agrees to help the FBI. The FBI is actually using a man who claims to get visions from God about details of the case, and they're using that man to get leads on the case. Mulder ends up figuring out that the women are actually being kidnapped for their body parts, and that their body parts are being transplanted onto another person in order for that person to stay alive. Mulder ends up finding the location where they're doing all of the transplanting, and then one of the people there ends up knocking out Mulder. And just as we're about to start worrying about Mulder, Skinner and Scully come in and save Mulder, as well as the FBI agent. The person that was receiving visions from God ends up dying, as well as the person who was receiving the transplants. The movie ends with Mulder and Scully on a rowboat rowing off to what appears to be a tropical island, and that is basically the end of the movie. Now I am completely and totally ready to watch the X-Files revival season. I cannot wait for it. It is happening soon. It's going to be awesome. In the comments below, let me know if you're as excited as I am for the revival season, because I cannot honestly not wait. And that pretty much sums up this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Don't forget to have an epically awesome day. Bye!